guys, if you're new here, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok, and this is my first video that I'm making on YouTube. These are all the 10 to almost 11 books. I'm finishing my last book down there. I'm hoping I finish it by the end of the month, but you know, we'll see what happens. Starting off with June, With a Vengeance. I really enjoyed this book. I'd give this book like, 3.7 stars. This little girl, her entire family gets torn apart, and her father goes to jail, and her brother dies, and she invites all these people on a train ride that she completely booked so no one else goes on, and it's not stopping no matter what anyone does. And it's just gripping, gruesome. It's pretty dark. It's a little violent. It was fun. Oh, neat! You found the remote. Okay. You and Elena can take turns watching TV, okay?
I found that remote, Elena.
When you're trying to be a content creator and you're a mom, you do what you can. And if I make this video in less than 20 minutes, I'm going to be so happy, okay? Because that's all the attention span they got before I make dinner. If you know, you know. You gotta do what you gotta do. Highly recommend this book. The plot twists are going to get you, and the ending is just wholesome, and it's just nice. Well, my version of wholesome. We love a woman that gets shit done, and no one survives. That's all I give you. Your Knife, My Heart. I haven't read a romance in so long. The last romance I read was Butchered and Blackbird, and that is a 4.9, basically a 5-star book for me. I devoured that book. I loved that book. That book was so damn good. This was right up there. This Hunger Games assassin meets uncontrollable, unstable Captain America, venom-infused substance user. This was great. This was great. Emery, I think her name is an assassin. She gets caught, and she's about to be on death row, and this military force kidnaps her and takes her, and she just gets thrown in with her new partner, who just ends up offing people all the time for no absolute reason. And it's just, they just have to see if they're gonna make it work in close quarters that are dangerous. This is a 3.5 for me. This was just a fun read, a guilty pleasure. My last book in June was Dark Places. I really love a book that is disturbing, that is, based upon a whole family. I don't know what words you can say and not say on YouTube, so I hope you're getting what I'm trying to say. I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down, okay? But Libby is the only survivor out of her whole family getting, and her brother is the culprit. He goes to jail for a very long time. And there are multiple people who truly believe that he did not do it. So, you know how people make GoFundMe pages and stuff like that for victims. Well, the money's running out. And she's finding out new ways to make money. And shockingly, convenient timing, this club or group of people who are really invested in this crime will pay her money for any information, just to talk to her, souvenirs from the family, and she just kind of starts spiraling and going back into that dark place and seeing what really truly happened. And the ending is what got me. It was predictable. Don't get me wrong. It was very predictable, but the ending is what got me and sold me on this book. And she is a really good writer. I really honestly picked up this book because of the HBO series that everyone talks about. And I did read that book too, because I had to get my hands on it. And I'm desperately trying to get Gone Girl. Trying so hard. In July, I read this beauty. This is a 4-star book. The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager or Seeger. I can't pronounce the name. I gotta figure out how to pronunciate his name. But this book, the characters and just the plot in this book was just a home run. Like, just phenomenal. And it gets a little bit paranormal in this book, but like in a good way. I enjoyed it, even though I don't really believe in that stuff. And it kind of just like, you're like, oh, that's a reach, but like a fun one, a real fun one. What's her name? Casey Fletcher is a widow. She's an actress trying to get her life together because her husband drowned in the lake in front of her lake house that they wanted to kind of live in for a while, and it didn't work out that way. And you know, she's having a really hard time drinking, like one does when your spouse dies. And she finds his binoculars, her husband's binoculars, and she starts snooping around the lake, and she's caught her attention on the neighbors next door. And conveniently, the neighbors next door, their house is made of glass. You can see through the whole thing. Who wants to live like that? Like, I bet that's really realistic to like people with certain kind of money, you know, but not for me. I don't even like sliding doors. Okay? That's too much glass. But just the unraveling of all the drama that's happening next door. And like, don't get me wrong, this book is very realistic. If you want to not have to dwell in your own life and be captivated in somebody else's, this could really happen. It really could. And I really enjoyed that. Except for like this much of the book right here, but the rest of it really could happen. You know what I mean? But I truly enjoyed this. It was dark. It was gripping. It was another female getting shit done. It was just so good. I got my hands on Sharp Objects, and I'm going to let everyone know right now, in my finest opinion, I made a video on this. This should have had, it had 2 to 4 pages, and then the book starts. Where was the trigger warning in this book, Gillian? Miss Finn, where was the trigger warning in this book? It wouldn't have given away what happened, honey. This book, I don't know about you, but self-mutilation is something that I know a lot of people have done to themselves. And I know that this was made into a TV show. Let's be super honest here. Camille is covered in scars of words all over her body. That's why there's a razor blade on the bottom. Like, that should have been a trigger warning. The substance abuse with minors should have been a trigger warning. The, you know, medicine, the mother, or the care that the mother gives them should have been a trigger warning. The way that the mother takes care or speaks to these girls, I don't know about you, but if you're a person who actually had a bad relationship with a family member, including a mother, you should trigger warning that, okay? This is way darker than any mother I could know, okay? But Camille is a reporter. She goes back to her hometown, back to her family, unannounced. And she goes, hey, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to, you know, just do my job and intervene in people's lives and, you know, get information, get a comment of what people feel and how they are about what's happened to the 2 minors that were in the town, and all of their gorgeous teeth were taken out. of their jaw, one by one. This book was fabulous. This book is wordy. It doesn't look like it, but this little teeny tiny book was wordy. Miss Finn had shit to say. Sorry, I got a phone call. Highly recommend this book to a dark, who enjoys dark reading, okay? You're not gonna believe what I got for free. I take a book, leave a book, a free library in my town. Oh, The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. I love Frida McFadden. I know a lot of people have told me that her books are just a copy of somebody else's, or that they're just, you know, too predictable. However, though, I really enjoyed this book. He has my dream job, technically. Tom. He has my dream job. It just... I love Tom. Rowan and Tom. Just delicious. Just... We're present day, we're going through Sydney's life, and her dating life is awful. If I had the same dating life as hers, it wouldn't be dating, okay? First of all, don't date on social media. Don't use it. Don't use it. If you are meant to be with somebody, they will end up in your life. That's how I feel about dating. Nonetheless, getting off topic. Sydney's life, dating is awful. She's got friends. She hangs out with them. These friends are dating guys and, you know, going about their lives and stuff like that. And then we mysteriously meet Tom. We love Tom. We hang out with Tom. We're devouring Tom. We can't get enough of Tom. And the way that she meets Tom is just life going by, not online. We're seeing Tom's past life through high school and him being obsessed with Daisy. And it's entertaining. It's fun. However, though, his life takes a dark turn when situations happen and he takes matters into his own hands, because we don't care for signs of domestic violence or domestic violence in any relationship, shape, or form. Doesn't matter who you are. Don't do it. It's not nice. I give this book a 4-star. I devoured this book. I mean, like, I could not put it down. I literally probably burnt food when I was cooking, trying to read this. It was so good. So good. And you literally are looking left, like Frida McFadden always does. She makes you look left, and then she slaps you right in the face with the plot twist. And you're like, damn, I thought I knew what was happening. And you don't. For a young adult read, this is a 5-star. This was so good. Mary gets found by her father after roaming around in the woods and looked like she'd been run over by a truck. Mary goes back to their cabin after being at the police station because a cop found her on the side of the woods on a street road or some shit. And she goes back to normalcy and starts healing and stuff. And you know what pissed me off is that the way they described her face looking in this book, and nobody sent her to the hospital, and she chose to not go to the hospital, was a red flag. What do you mean your face is all busted up and cut up that you don't even look the way you're supposed to look and you don't go to the hospital? That frustrated me, but it's still a 5-star. Now, in between that story, Drew can't find his girlfriend. They get into a heated argument and she storms off out of the car and she refuses to get back in to have a ride home because she got into a fight with her parents or some shit like that. And nobody can find her, and Drew looks like the ultimate suspect because he's the last person to see her alive. The way these two stories blend together. I do apologize if you hear a lot of flushing.
1 second.
The way that these two books blend together was delicious, was so good. And if you know, you probably saw me crying my eyes out in the middle of the night on a TikTok video because I could not believe the ending to this book. If they make this into a TV series, I'm watching it. They make it into a movie, I'm watching it. I'm buying it. I should frame this book, honestly. It was that good. Probably my favorite read in all of July. This was one of my favorite reads in July, and that was my favorite read in July. In June, my favorite read had to be With a Vengeance. It was really, really good. I was given this book by my daughter's mother named Sarah. Hi, Sarah. How are you? This is my first August read. Actually, I finished this at the end of July, beginning of August. This is the first book I read in August, and I really did enjoy it, and the ending confused the hell out of me because who would have expected that? However, though, I would have to give this book 3 stars because I read darker stuff. I just read darker stuff. I just read things that are a little bit more gruesome. And this was very predictable. A woman goes cabin camping with her family, and her brother is invited to come with them, and you can kind of just see the unraveling of the other family just having a little bit of drama and uncomfortableness with each other. And the daughter in the book, Courtney? Is it Courtney? No, Courtney is Reese. Courtney's the aunt. Reese is her niece. Courtney is going through all of these things, and she is basically living any sibling's nightmare on vacation, and she has to take care of children at the same time. And she knows sadly that one of these children was very young, very, very young, maybe like I think 6, 7, 10. I don't know how old her daughter and the one niece is, but she's very, very young, and she definitely witnessed her parents being. Highly recommend to go into this blind because it's going to be predictable, but it was good. It was good. It was a nice light read compared to the darker reads that I read. Okay. Going back to something dark. This book has me speechless. The Butcher by Jennifer Hillier. Thank God she put a trigger warning. Thank you for putting a trigger warning in this book. Thank you. I chose to listen to this book on Audible. I bought it. I bought it because I was like, oh, I'm going to sit down and have a nice little read and enjoy myself. No. I was like, shit, I'm busy. I got things to do around the house. Let's check out Audible. Worst book to pick on Audible. When they tell you that there is sexual assault in this, I really, really thought it was going to be the past. Sorry, I'm listening to my kids while making sure that they're being good because I can see them in my daughter's room. I didn't think there was going to be any present sexual assault in this. That's a trigger warning that I'm giving in this. That's not the worst thing in this book, actually. But it was the only thing that really bothered me, especially because I listened it to Audible. I'm going to piss off a lot of people. This was a 3-star read for me. Go ahead, judge me. Go ahead, write in the comments that I'm wrong and that this is a great book. However, though, for a woman, what's her name? Matt is the grandson, okay? And he's dating Sam. Sam is a true crime writer. And she couldn't piece together that so-and-so did the killings. She couldn't piece together who the killer was, serial killer was, when Bonnie got so upset and so angry and had to leave. I'm leaving you with that. I'm trying really hard not to spoil things, but man, I want to spoil things about this book because this book pissed me off. I wanted to throw my headphones out of my ears constantly. And I don't like headphones, okay? It hurts my ears, but I had to put on headphones after what, chapter 2 in this book? Because I couldn't obviously let my kids hear this. Was it gruesome and graphic like I like? Yes, absolutely. I would not recommend this book to somebody without reminding them of the trigger warnings in this book. This is a book all the way. There is no happy ending in this book for anyone but Sam. I guess. Like, she's gonna be scarred for life, physically and emotionally. But this book will make you throw it against the wall because there's just so many things in here that you're like, what? You're like, why? Why? And then there's just something in here that just makes it sappy, and I'm not a big fan of sappy lovey-dovey stuff in a horror book. Unless you're this book. Okay? I said what I said. I just finished this book this week. This is the creepy, scary book I needed, and I need more of it. I need more books that are creepy and scary like this. We used to live here by, I don't know, Marcus. Don't ask me to pronounce that. I'm gonna butcher it. This was phenomenal. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would skip some of these docs in here. I would just be like, read it, next page. Because I wanted to figure out what was happening to, what's her name? Eve. I wanted to figure out what was happening to Eve and Charlie, the two queer couples who are trying to flip this house that they just bought. And Eve couldn't have been me. Let's in this random family in her house to look around because supposedly this was Thomas's childhood home. I don't give up. That's the only thing about this book that gives it a 3.5 is the fact that realistically, who is letting somebody in their house? Who is this nice? Who is this nice? I'm like a fucking owl right now. Who is this nice? Who lets people sleep over their house in the middle of a snowstorm? You really this nice? I don't even open the door if I don't know you. I'm an asshole. My voice is getting so high. I literally don't even open the door for people that I don't know, especially a man. I could care less if you have kids outside. And his wife, Paige, I'm actually happy on what happened to her in this book, okay? And I said what I said. But this is a book where the paranormal and the psychological, thrilling, random parts were really fun for me, and I enjoyed it. Kind of like in the Riley Sager book. However, though, this was more like a horror book. This There was no relation to why things were happening. They just happened, and you had to process and figure out why that just happened, because it doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. And the ending to this book, if you know, you know. I almost kind of wanted to cry for Eve because of the ending of this book. It just shattered me a little inside. Just that little sliver of hope and reality to make her feel even more crazy. Just so good. This is the book I'm currently reading because when Larry, hi Larry, tells you to read a book, I'm saying hi like you're gonna actually watch this video, but still, when Larry on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, I don't care where she is, when she tells you to read a book and she tells you it's good, you buy it. You buy it. And right now, I'm only here with this book, so I'll let you know how it goes, but so far, I'm really enjoying it. What's that? The book It Lies in the Woods, it gives that kind of vibe, but definitely different plots. Vivian, Natalie, Adelson, and Emma all played together at Camp Nightingale, and only Emma is the only one to wake up in the cabin the next morning. All the other girls, all the 3 other girls, gone. Missing, disappeared. I don't even know if they find their bodies or anything. They're just gone. They're just, toodaloo! They're just gone. Like, and I believe she gets to go back to the camp to try and figure out what happened because the camp closed down and it got reopened. So I'm very excited to see how this was. But this is the wait. They're not in order anymore. Let's be super honest. If you can believe it or not, this, my goodness, it's bigger than my head. This is all the books I've read this summer. And this is my last book that I'm going to try to read before August ends. I think today is August 21st. And you know why I'm pissed about it? Because I want to go see Insidious and I can't. Because the reason why you're hearing so much flushing in this video is because my kids have been sick since literally August 8th. On and off. Gives me time to read though, because I'm home all the time. But those are all the books that I've read this summer, and honestly, the #1 book that beats all of them was this book. I can't recommend this book enough. It is not that gruesome. There's no trigger warning needed. Go get it. Go get it. If I could be an ad for whoever this author is, Megan Lalia, go get it. Because I can't wait to get her other books. Can't wait. And as you can see, Riley Sager is another top contender. But I hope you guys have a great weekend. It's Friday. Be safe. Use your brains. Use your common sense when you're out in the world and stuff like that. And I hope that you come back to watch another one of my videos. Toodaloo.